Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for today's reading. Today's message will be a collective one, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If this reading resonates and you feel called to go deeper, I do offer personal readings and I'm going to leave the link for that down below. Let's go ahead and get into the message. Interesting. Immediately I'm being drawn to this new beginning. The Fool stands out to me. Though it was the last card to jump out, I feel like it's the start of the reading where everything starts from. It's like this new beginning for you that I feel like is here. Like the change has already begun. I feel that you will begin to see signs of it more as time moves on. It's like when an era or a chapter of your life is over, but the energy still resides. So it feels to me like with the Fool card, you're in this empty space. Maybe it feels like there's a lot to still be solved, resolved, answered to. Got the Two of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Strength. This could have a lot to do with you progressing your sense of comfort and ease in life, quality of life, your schedule, your time optimization. There's something around that. It's like a new beginning in how you're going to be optimizing your time. Some of you could have cut paths with a career path recently, a relationship, a series of daily habits, something that you're just walking away from. That's going to really be giving you a different sense of motivation toward this new beginning, acting toward it, building upon it. And again, I do feel like it has a lot to do with comfort. We have the Sun, which has everything to do with your identity, like what makes you feel as an individual supported, at ease, like you are moving through life with a sense of footing. I don't feel like that is stable yet. There's a new change in your identity, how you're spending your time for some of you. I will say this has a lot to do with what makes you happy. And seeking and finding to me is just a confirmation of answers still to be found, answers yet to be found. So they want you to be open to not knowing, but being open to seek, to search, to find. To be open to the answers that you seek. Get some rest definitely tells me you're not being asked to have it all together now, to control. Maybe you've been on a path of a lot of discovery around what makes you happy. Is that your core, how you want to structure your life? But now you're going to be in a season of applying a lot of practical action based on what you've learned. But before you can do that with as much energy as you want to, I do feel like there's some rest that's happening, which it ties into this whole thing of the chapter changes before it feels like it changes. You may be feeling called to move your body in different ways, to take actions that are just slightly different from what you would normally do. So let's say there's an area of your day-to-day where you find yourself coming up against a wall. You may be given some different ideas on how to do it differently, approach it differently. And now it's like what was once a wall becomes something you can work with. This definitely feels like a new chapter of self-authority, because it's all about you making space for what is going to give you. It's deep. It's like when you're eating good food, you're well rested, you're doing work you enjoy, you have healthy relationships, you're deeply fed and pleasured by life. And I see you on that path, and you're creating a life that is really intentional, really thought through. Maybe not all at your own will, but I do feel like you are a person who, in this life, you're guided to use your intention mindfully. You're guided to use that power that you have to direct your energy. But I do feel it may be something that takes you a while to trust or to lean into. Because I do feel like many of you here are maybe like analytical, practical in some ways that can not block you from being open to magic or intention, but it can conflict. It can make you a little less motivated to direct your energy in a certain way if you don't necessarily see the purpose of it. So I feel like right now everything wants to remind you of the purpose of directing your will and your intention in a certain way. Because in this new beginning, it will be important for you. So that way, like the chapter has changed, but certain energies have already carried over, because that's how it works, is what they're telling me. Like some energies release, some carry over, and now it's like a lot is still going to be clearing and removing itself, but we also can choose to feed off of the same emotional cycles and repeat and just grow certain narratives. And I don't see you doing that. But they're saying we do have a choice and an option to do that. Like, I guess that is the spiritual, mature understanding that we are given option, but not forced to do things that we know are good for us, you know? There's a lot coming through about free will here, and the way we hold authority over ourselves. Parental care is like a confirmation. The way we parent ourselves, the way we guide ourselves. I do feel like there's some acknowledgement here of like you feeling a lot of pressure pushing down and not necessarily a lot of support. And I feel like the whole thing around self-authority is that Spirit wants to show you just how powerful and capable you are more and more as you're growing in different chapters of your life. And it's not about putting more pressure on you for the sake of you feeling heavier, but it's more like you're ready to receive more. So you're stepping into a new level of self-authority, and you're not alone, but you will be relying more on yourself within this next chapter to validate, encourage, motivate yourself to be action oriented. Because this does have a lot to do with habits, like things that pour into your sense of pleasure in life, that make your body feel good, well, happy, your mind, your spirit. Like they're saying that whole thing, like this, it sounds like a parent, you know better. So it's just like, we're going to be doing a little better in each season. And in this next season, I'm getting a lot around the balance of the body, like being thrown off. Diet, food, or like lifestyle. And there's going to be a rebalancing. Like a slow and steady, someone getting their energy back. This reminds me of the postpartum journey. And me personally, I didn't have as much information as I should have had to know how to take care of myself after the fact. So like, it just reminds me of that feeling of being really malnourished and having to put a lot of nutrients back into something. So whether this is your body or your career or something that it's just been like really attacked through all the challenge, I feel like you're going to have the opportunity to pour back into it. It definitely feels very self-related, very body tangible, but it can definitely affect all other areas like career focus, relationships. Yeah, we have new career. So this definitely, I think something came through about career shifts at the beginning. I don't remember at this point, but I think something did come through about some of you going through like a work transition or leaving a career behind, something like that. But the message is like, you're going to have something new to put your energy and focus toward that will be really pouring back into you. So if it's not something that you feel like you found, it is something that you're asked to be open to at this time. Especially now that Mercury's direct as I'm filming this, I do feel like a lot of clarity will be dawning. So that's what I'm sensing and seeing. I'm going to leave this reading here. If this reading resonated and you feel called to go deeper, I will leave my link below for personal readings, and I'll see you guys in a future video.